Reva, this is Will with Free Readings Facebook, and I have a love reading for you today. I'm going to be using the Dark Woods Tarot. Just in time for Halloween. This is kind of a festive, spooky deck. I will tell you though, Reva, folks don't typically ask for a love reading when things are going well in their relationship. But we're going to try to make this as positive and upbeat as possible, but I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. Ooh, we had a card just pop out of this. I'm going to leave this card face down. This is your energy right here until we get the rest of them. We're going to give this one more shuffle. Now this new deck shuffles so nicely. Add another, oops. All right, well that one can stay there. We had a couple pop out this time at us. All right, Reva, let's see what we got here. All right, this is the first card that fell out here. We've got this one flip face down right now. So let's see what your energy is looking like this month. We have the Page of Cups reversed. And over here, their energy, your partner, is represented by the Six of Wands reversed. And what draws you together or divides you is the Ace of Swords. Some potential outcomes are the Six of Cups and the Seven of Swords. Okay, so the Page of Cups, drawn in the reverse position, represents like a revelation of something that's going to bring us a degree of unhappiness. It's something that it's news that we don't necessarily want to hear, but it's news that is going to be emotionally enlightening to us. It's something that we're going to learn that's going to bring forth and evoke a strong emotion in us. It's likely going to be news that comes from, I see the page as the messenger, so this is likely going to be news that comes from a third party or some type of news that you received like from an external source. It's not something that you inherently just knew right out. It's something that you've learned. It's a revelation. And that's where you're at right now. If you haven't already had this revelation, you can expect one soon. The next card that I drew is the Six of Wands reversed. So the Six of Wands to me represents a celebration. It's like represents joy and harmony and things that went well and hope for the future and to do it again. However, what I drew this in the reverse position, so it's it's not really a celebration. It's more of a, I see this as more of a, like a pity party. I see this as a card of discouragement. I feel like your partner feels discouraged or he's stuck in some kind of rut right now, and that's putting strain on your relationship and maybe affecting the way that he's acting or behaving. Now, I drew the Ace of Swords, and swords is a suit of knowledge and intellect and thought. And I see the ace as the signifier of the suit. So I see this as being a new idea that's going to involve a great deal of thought. And this is you. This card represents you putting the energy and the mental energy into thinking about your relationship and contemplating what your next move is going to be, or what the right thing for you to do is. I don't know what all is involved in this situation, but you're putting a great deal of thought into what your next move would be. You're trying to be methodical and as fair as possible. Now, some potential outcomes here. And this is kind of an interesting card. The Six of Cups. I see this as a card of bereavement. I see it as not a card of like permanent bereavement or anything that can't be undone, but I see it as like we're going to have to go through a period of grief and maybe solitude to achieve the happiness that we desire. I see cups as the suit of, like I said, the suit of emotions. And if we look in this picture, though, this deck is slightly different than the Rider Waite deck. As you got a crow in the nest there feeding a chick, and the cups are filled with flowers. So I don't see the daddy crow here, though. I see this as again being a card of like solitude. The cups are empty right now, but they can be refilled later. This is a card of growth. That new bird is being fed, and that new bird could represent a literal child, or that could represent our happiness and what we attach ourselves to, and what we like. I see this as being like growth through grief. That would be a great way to describe this card, as growth through grief. Now, another potential outcome here, and this is interesting, seeing these new cards interpreted a slightly different way. Like, there's lots of different ways to look at tarot cards and different ways to interpret them. And I've always interpreted the Seven of Swords. It's got the Rider Waite Seven of Swords has a man, like it looks like he's sneaking away from a tent with an armful of swords. Now, this one here, we've got Red Riding Hood sneaking away from the wolf with an armful of swords. So I don't necessarily, I always interpreted that card as like theft or deception, or like we're somebody's getting one over on us, or we're getting one over on somebody, but I don't really see it that way. I see this as a card of you sneaking away and hiding from something, some type of impending doom. You're making some kind of escape here, and you're getting away with what you need to survive, because if that wolf comes near you, he's going to get poked with them swords, and you got plenty of them too. So then the wolf in the photo looks imposing, like he thinks that he's got control of the situation, and he can probably even smell Red Riding Hood. But Red Riding Hood holds a bold and empowered look on her face, and she's ready for that wolf to come. So I see you being able to make an escape from whatever this problem is, and having the tools that you need in order to resolve the problem in a way that's favorable for you. Now, I never tell anybody to leave the relationship because of a tarot card reading. That's a decision that you have to make on your own. But I do believe that there's things going on in the relationship right now that do require a great deal of thought, and they may require you to take some solitude in order to reach whatever outcome it is that you need. And if this hasn't happened yet, you can expect this to happen in the future. I really hope this was helpful for you. Please leave feedback in my file, and you have a happy Halloween.